The first thing I knew was the cold. The second was the scent of two tiny sleeping hearts pressed against mine. We arrived in the dead of night, a shadow with a secret. My two babies, nestled in a cardboard box, their world so small it was just the beat of my heart and the warmth of my fur. I had chosen this house. A light was on. It felt like a maybe. The man who opened the door did not see a mother. He saw a superstition. His eyes widened, not with wonder, but with fear. "Black cat," he muttered, a curse on his lips. "Bad luck." Before I could even nudge my babies forward to show him their innocence, his hands were on the box. The world tilted, and then the cold. He threw us out. My babies tumbled into the frost-hardened earth, their tiny cries sharp as shards of glass. I gathered them, licking the cold from their fur, my own fear a stone in my throat. But then, a new sound, a boy's cry. A heart's cry is a universal language. His name was Leo. I learned it through the glass. He screamed for his father. He pleaded for us. His was the first human heart that saw ours. But the door remained shut. The snow began to fall in earnest, a silent, relentless blanket, and I knew I had to find warmth, or my babies would not see the dawn. We found shelter in the skeletal ribs of an old shed, the wind whistling a lonely tune. I curled around my little ones, their breathing growing shallower as the moon climbed. Can a heart break from hope alone? Inside the house, Leo's cries eventually faded into a troubled silence. The man, John, sat in his chair, the television flickering, but seeing nothing. He felt a chill that had nothing to do with the winter storm. He felt the absence of his son's smile. He felt the weight of the cold he had delivered. Was his home warmer for our absence? Or had he simply locked the warmth out? Later that night, a crash, a shattering of glass, a cry from Leo's room. John ran, his heart hammering a rhythm of pure terror. A shelf had fallen. Leo was safe, but shaken, pointing a trembling finger at a shard of glass shaped like a crescent moon, an old superstition. And in that moment, John saw it all clearly. He had invited the bad luck in, not with a black cat, but with a closed heart. He didn't even grab a coat. He stumbled into the white void, calling for us, his voice ragged with a fear he finally understood. He followed the trail of his own regret. How could he have been so blind? He found us. A pile of black fur and tiny, shivering bodies, almost invisible in the dark. I looked up, too weak to hiss. He saw my eyes, not as embers of hell, but as pools of a mother's fear. He saw my babies, fighting for breath. He didn't see a curse. He saw a family. With tears freezing on his own cheeks, he gathered us into his arms. He brought us not just into his house, but into his home. He made a nest by the fire, and Leo, with a smile that could melt glaciers, brought a soft blanket. Winter raged on outside, but inside, a different kind of thaw was happening. The man who feared shadows now sat in the dim light, a purring kitten on his lap, his son's head resting on his shoulder. He realized we weren't bad luck. We were the silent teachers of a simple lesson, that love is the only luck that truly matters. Our story didn't end with the cold. It began there. It began with a heart's cry and was answered by a heart's change. If you believe in second chances and the magic of a black cat, let the winds of thought carry this story forward. Like, follow, and remember to always look deeper.